Spar Women's Challenge race in Johannesburg is the last of a series of 6 events that takes place across the country, starting in Cape Town in March. The launch took place at Broadacres and a host of elite runners attended the glittering occasion. Spar South Rand Marketing Director Martin Webber set the scene.
It's our 27th staging of the Joburg race. Bigger and better, we've moved to a new venue last year, Marks Park. It can accommodate a lot bigger crowd. And we've planned for over 16,000 entries this year. So made a few tweaks to the venue and we're really excited that it is going to be bigger and better than even last year.
I think every Spar race is always important. So this one is one of my favorite races. So definitely I want to be my best. And coming after my pregnancy, I definitely want to show I can win the race and I'm going to be fit then. So on the day I'm looking forward to and just being my best.
I'm so excited. I can't even wait for Joanne's race because I can see each and every race I'm proving. So I can't wait for it. I do like the cause, even though it's a big challenge, but I do like it because I know myself that I'm a strong athlete. Then I'm just ready for Joburg.
World age group record holder, 87-year-old Deirdre Larkin, took her place on the stage with the elite runners, some of whom were a third of her age. Amazingly, her time for the 10 kilometres is close to 60 minutes.
It wasn't until about 2 years after that I discovered running, thanks to my youngest son who runs 3 times a week. And I started running very slowly because I wasn't used to running. I was used to sitting at a piano, playing on the piano. And I started 3 steps, 3 runs, 3 steps for about 2 or 3 months. No, I just enjoy it. It's lovely.
1, 2, 3.
Soon the big day arrived and more than 12,000 ladies arrived at Marks Park on a beautiful Johannesburg spring morning. There were 2 separate starts, one each for the 10 and 5 kilometre races. While the favourites warmed up and prepared themselves for the mental and physical challenge that lay ahead, the social walkers and runners did what they do best, celebrate the occasion. And they certainly did it in style, showing off their very best moves. Finally, everyone was ready. The route ahead was challenging for everyone, winding through the leafy suburb of Greenside, steadily downhill to the halfway mark. After that, it was mostly uphill to the finish. The 5 kilometre start was entirely different, as the throngs of women set off slowly, most of them walking gently along, many with young children or even babies in prams. Yvette van Zyl took an immediate lead, her pace surprising the runners around her, all of whom were elite performers in their own right. Time would tell if they would go the distance with her. Yvette has had an amazing career, and we visited her at her Pretoria home, asking how her athletic career had started.
I really wanted to be a shot putter actually, because that was the one thing you don't need to train that hard for. So, and I didn't want to train that hard, so the only thing I could win was the long distance. So then I decided that's probably where my talent is and not with the shot put or the long jump or the hurdles. It was all cross country and track when I started running because I didn't really know about the running scene. I didn't know there was actually shorter distances for 10Ks, 5Ks.
Yvette has attended 2 separate Olympic Games, in London and again in Rio de Janeiro. In London she failed to finish the race due to an injury, but in Rio it was worse. She failed to even start the race due to a stress fracture in her foot.
I somehow get goosebumps when you talk about the Olympics in 2020. I think it's more nausea than anything else that I get. But it's definitely, I don't know if it's unfinished business. They say maybe 3rd time lucky I'll get a time behind my name. But I can't call myself an Olympian when I didn't cross the finish line. So I don't know. For now, I'm still bruised about the 2 Olympics I've been to. But next year, when the qualification comes, and I'll feel different. But for now, it's definitely not on my cards.
She has been one of the most dominant runners domestically over the past 10 years, over a range of distances. This has been particularly true in the Spar series, where she has won numerous races.
The first Spar race I won was actually in Groenkloof, when it was still that Healy course that we run there at the campus. I ran against Poppy and Shanae and Runel, That was way back, it's a few years ago. I think I was then age 16, and yeah, when I won it, it was quite a turn for me because it was really exciting for me and being part of such a nice race.
In 2016, she won the Spar Grand Prix overall, one of the most prestigious titles in women's running in South Africa.
It's pretty hard to win the Spar Grand Prix and being in shape the whole year, because it's not even 1 month. You have to be in shape for 6 races throughout the year. So it's really hard. Last year I had a lot of injury problems, and it's really tough coming back to everyone and being as fit as you can be, especially when you have injuries in between. So I think if you can maybe have a year without injuries and it can just go smoothly, but that's an athlete's life. It never goes smoothly. This year I've seen the girls running really good times, and there's a really excitement because every year we see now different top runners in South Africa showing that they can be the best, and it's just interesting to see every time a different name on the top list.
Like all champions, the drive and motivation to succeed is complicated. For a vet, is it all just about winning, or is there more?
I like winning, definitely I like winning, but it's not really my drive. I think it's just to be better that I can be. There is like big dreams that I want, but if the big dreams don't realize, there's always the little dreams that you can fall on. I think my goal would be to try and break the SA record in the marathon because of all the times that our SA records are. I think that is the most doable one. Kulinderik has a 2:26. It's fast, but I think in the right race and in the right shape, one can go for it. And I don't know where I'm going to run it, but it's definitely one of, if I don't do it next year, I'm going to try it the year after that. I'm hungry now to run again, and I'm excited to run. I hope I'm going to run better times now. I'm now in my 30s, so it has to come somewhere.
Back to the 2018 Spar Joburg Challenge now, and Yvette was back where she was happiest, in the lead. It was still early days in the Spar Challenge race in Johannesburg, but Yvette and the others were way ahead of these participants, all of whom had other things on their minds, mainly having fun in the sun with their families and friends.
It's been great. It's my first time and first day actually. I've never been involved in a run or walk before. So I took a challenge of 10K. I'm feeling great. It gives so much energy to a person. It actually motivates one to do more. As you walk, you can actually talk to yourself, and you get to know who you are, and you get motivated.
To be fit and walk and show that South Africa, that women are one. No matter what challenges that we have, we'll always be one.
Back at the sharp end of the race, Rutenda Niahora had elected to move forward enjoying the flying Yvette. Others followed, Ruda Bondoa, Betha Chikongo and Spar Grand Prix leader after 5 races, Glenrose Zaba. Chikanga, in the white vest of Max Delete, won the Durban Spar convincingly, while Rudo and Rutendo, both Zimbabwean runners, had been consistent for their Nedbank club all year. Zaba, wearing race number 2, has been the star of the series so far. Zintle Zaniwe, in the blue colours of KPMG, led the chasing pack, which included 2017 Spar Grand Prix winner Kesa Molitsani, also of KPMG, and wearing the white headband. As they moved through Greenside, steadily downhill, Yvette's pace of 3 minutes 10 seconds per kilometre seemed comfortable. 3 kilometres arrived in under 10 minutes, still travelling downhill. Boxer Club's Glenrose Zaba has had her sights set on winning the Spar Grand Prix early in the year.
When I came second at the Cape Town, I tell myself that you can do it, Glenrose, because now you're in the stage that everyone can run, and seeing you that you are still young, you have a future ahead for you. And this year you ran the impressive time, that 32, which that you are in the form. You can win the Grand Prix. I told my mentor Violet that I want to win the Grand Prix when I come back to Cape Town. I said that everyone is fit, and Rose, you need to work hard. I said yes, I will work hard. I believe I can win the Grand Prix.
Whatever happened today, it was virtually impossible for Glenrose Zaba not to win the Spar Grand Prix. But how was Yvette feeling at this stage?
Yeah, it's actually been a tough month actually because Alja's been struggling with kidney stones. He had 2 operations, so I've been actually the last month coping with the kids alone because Alja had a bit of pain. So yeah, it's been really tough this last couple of weeks, but yeah, to maintain my fitness and throughout the little sleep, I think this week if I get a little bit more sleep, I can maybe run a bit faster when I get a race at sea level.
4 kilometres was gone and the pace finally had taken its toll. Yvette van Zyl was out on her own. For Kesamalatsani, it was another difficult day at the office.
Usually I just start my race very slow and, build up from there. But I think I went a bit harder than usual at about 4 Ks, where I saw that Yvette was now running off and we couldn't have caught her if we could have stayed a bit longer there behind. So I just broke away from the ladies just to, could close the gap a bit and, keep in touch with her. But the route was really nice and I think I kind of died the last 3 Ks because of the hills and all of that. But it's an overall very nice route to run, and I think it's very good for middle and long distance runners in terms of their preparations for their cross-country seasons and their marathon races.
Inevitably, Yvette was forced to slow down just a little.
The plan was to go out hard, but I think I went out a bit too hard because I checked the first K and it was just over 3 minutes. So then I stopped looking at my watch because I was realizing maybe I shouldn't look at my watch and just run as I feel. And as I hit 5K, it was just over 16 minutes. And then at 6K, I felt a bit of fatigue. And then the long climb to the finish basically started. So that was quite tough. And I thought the last 2 Ks is all downhill, but it's only actually the last K, well, kind of the last K. So yeah, in my mind, when I hit 8K and it wasn't downhill, it was like a bit of a struggle. I was trying to chase the lead vehicle, but they were a bit far ahead, so I really had no one to run with. So, but yeah, I think maybe if the other girls, if I didn't start off that quick, we could have ran maybe together. But it's I'm positive and seeing where my training is right now, coming still back from the baby I had and not overdoing it right now. So I'm happy with where everything is looking and going right now.
Kesamalatsani was now in second place, all on her own. The long hill had certainly separated the former lead group. Meanwhile, the joggers and walkers had formed a sea of green shirts, covering the whole of Greenside and Emmarentia suburbs. It was a happy place to be.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Like, I actually thought that I was going to faint along the way, but then I didn't. I'm so happy that I made it. The running, it's helped a lot. Healthy and stress-free. I was a lot of stress before running, so now I'm stress-free. For the run, I enjoy it for myself. I'm so happy and I feel so well, healthy, awesome, and I'm happy I make it.
Very late in the race, a new face suddenly appeared in third place. This was Gerda Steyn, better known as an ultra-distance runner who previously won the Two Oceans Marathon. With Glenrose back in fourth spot, Steyn had used the hills to her advantage and was even closing down the gap on second place Kesamalatsani. This was an amazing run, something no one had predicted. Although an ultra-distance running specialist, Gerda has impressive credentials over the shorter distances and has clearly done her homework before today's race.
I looked at the profile before we lined up today, and I saw that the first half is a lot easier than the second half. So my plan was to stick with the leading group in the first 5 kilometers and then try and outrun them and try and gain spots in the second half. And that is really how it played out. In the first half, I was sort of at the back of the leading pack, and I thought to myself, this is exactly where I wanted to be, and that's how it played out. It's quite intimidating for me to be trying to compete against the really speedy ladies, but I've been working really hard on my speed. I've not been running for a lot of years, and when I was in school and university, I didn't discover my talent until very late. So for me, it is almost like I don't know where my limits are. I don't know what I am capable of, and to see improvement like this is very, very encouraging for me, and I believe that I can still improve.
Gerda looked relaxed and confident as she easily hauled in South Africa's best 10-kilometre runner of 2017 and Spar Grand Prix winner Kesa Molitsani. But Spar races are about far more than speed and prize money. Each year, more than 120,000 women take part across the 6 races, just for the fun of it.
Well, I love that it had steeps and flat surfaces, so it was nice, kind of challenging and good for my legs.
It was wonderful. It was a good experience. I really enjoyed it and I loved it. It was really awesome. It actually teaches you that nothing in life is impossible. If you want to do it, you can do it. Everything is in your mind.
Speaking of mental strength, who would win this battle, Kesa or Gerda? At stake was second place in the Johannesburg Spar Challenge for 2018. As the meters passed, it looked more and more like Gerda. But there was no doubting who the winner would be. Making a triumphant return after the birth of her second child was Nedbank's Yvette van Sail.
I'm very pleased. I would have just liked to run the second 5K a bit faster, but I think I was a bit over-eager the first 5, very excited to run. And I think maybe the little sleep caught me up in the second half of the 5K, but I'm happy overall with the performance today.
Nearly a minute back, Gerda was slowly gaining ground on Kesa and then moving away, but it was still mighty close. In the end, even the Free State runner's famed finishing speed could make little impression, and the Two Oceans champion kicked again and took an amazing second place, making it a 1-2 with Yvette van Sail for the Nedbank team. But did Gerda expect such a good result?
I knew that the competition will be very tough today. I've been looking at the times and the competition in previous races, so I knew it will be tough, but I thought I will have a chance at maybe top 10 and if I'm lucky, top 5. So being on the podium and in second place is a big surprise to me.
And what about our Spar Grand Prix winner Glen Rose? The boxer runner chased Kesa but just failed to make the podium. And what did she have to say afterwards as the new champion?
I don't know what I can say, but I'm very happy. I wish the dream come true today. I'm very happy. The time when the thing that happened to Peter Marisbeck, I did not give up. But I told myself that multi-court will help me to end up the Grand Prix very well.
For now, I just need to go back and rest and, restructure myself and work towards my World Championships for cross country next year, March. So the trials are in January, so I have to get ready for that.
Max the lead club runner Betha Chikanga, winner in Durban but injured since then, took 5th place. In the end, Yvette's winning time was nearly a minute quicker than Steyn, a huge margin in a 10k race. On the tough course, just 7 runners broke 37 minutes, and Yvette's time was a lot faster than the winning time in 2017. Ruda Wandewa and Rutenda Neahora were once again in the top 10, boosting their Grand Prix positions. Tobile Vanakazi won the junior title, with Samai, De Oliveira and Saunders repeat winners in the other age categories. At the end of a long year, Glen Rose Zaba won the Spar Grand Prix, with Ruda Mandewa, Rutenda Neahora, Kesa Molitsani and Yvette van Sail completing the top 5. Even at the end of a long year in the Spar Challenge series, the sentiment of all the ladies remains the same.
The whole thing is to come and enjoy yourself. It's all fun. You can walk the whole way. You don't have to run. And I was passing people having conversations all along the way, and you listen to the chatter. It's so pleasant, really. It's well worth it.
I love being here. Like, it's great to be a woman, right? Like, it gives you that passion. Okay, fine, I'm a woman. I have to stand and be a woman in front of women.
It was the best experience I've ever had. It was my first run, and damn, I enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one.
For Spar, the vibe around the race is the best thing. Celebrations and dancing to the band Denim were the order of the day as young and old joined in the fun. Spar's Martin Webber was justifiably proud of his team.
What we treasure about this event is that it's also an introductory run for a lot of runners. We've got the 5K challenge, and a lot of participants choose to begin their relationship with us in terms of road running through the Spar Women's Challenge, through the 5K event. And if you had a look on the road this morning, there was young, there was old, there was moms, there was daughters, there was some moms pushing babies in prams, and I think that's what the Spar event is all about. It's about a family occasion and a lot of support from the rest of the family en route and also afterwards, where we provide great entertainment, and all around it's just a great day.
Of course, the charity scored big. A drive to collect surplus running shoes for underprivileged runners saw hundreds of pairs collected, while Reach for Recovery, the breast cancer recovery charity, once again received a huge check. Reach for Recovery has received more than R1 million from Spar runners over the years. Finally, the top 10 athletes stood on the stage to warm applause. So, that's it for 2018, and we just can't wait for next year's Spar Grand Prix starting in Cape Town. See you all there.